The Sierra Nevada is home to some of the most inhospitable terrain in California, and it's home to the federally endangered bighorn sheep. In March of 2013, biologists from the California Department of Fish and Wildlife and more than a dozen volunteers met south of Bishop, California, to capture and relocate the animals for the first time in 25 years.
And so this is the first reintroduction effort of a new herd of Sierra Nevada bighorn sheep since 1988.
Capturing a sheep in steep terrain is no easy task, and the most effective method is by helicopter. The contracted crew fly into the mountains and use a net deployed from the helicopter to capture the sheep, then fly the blindfolded and hobbled sheep back to the processing area where trained CDFW staff, volunteers, and veterinarians monitor the minute-by-minute health of the sheep from capture through release.
So we really rely on a lot of data collection when we do captures and handle animals. We deploy GPS collars, we're using the latest technology, we're trying to understand disease status, nutritional status. And so we're taking all of that information as well as our population estimates and really trying to make very sound decisions about when we can remove animals so that we can do it without impacting the current source populations.
Most efforts to recover an endangered species are challenged by not having suitable habitat available for animal placement. But that's not the case here in the natural, pristine eastern Sierras.
At the time of listing around 1999, there were only about 100 of them left in the Sierra. Today we have 500, so we have enough animals that we can move them around and distribute them a little bit.
Planning and preparation is the key for an operation like this. It takes months of work ahead of time, and the biologists had a very specific goal.
Our plan is to reintroduce sheep to Olancha Peak. We're putting in 15, 10 females, 5 males. And we're hoping that these animals will form a little herd and that in a year or two we'll add additional animals to try to boost the long-term viability of that population.
She pregnant?
Yeah.
The 4-day operation was helped by more than a dozen volunteers from around the state that came here to help CDFW safely capture and move the sheep and to record the multiple data points that help biologists monitor the health of the Sierra Nevada bighorn population.
And doing these reintroduction efforts like we're doing right now are extremely important towards getting a recovery. In fact, recovery won't happen without our intervention to reoccupy these historic habitats.
The federal government says that for the Sierra bighorn to be fully recovered, there need to be 12 independent groups of sheep or herds. This location effort created number 9, and with the continued vigilance, the next 3 are a real possibility, and the complete recovery of the bighorn sheep is possible. For the 11 bighorn sheep that were translocated today, this is their new home, the southern edge of the Sierra Nevada mountain range. Though it might look pretty rugged to us, for them it'll do just fine. In the Sierra Nevadas, I'm Information Officer Andrew Hewin.